Grandpa asked why I came in an Uber when they bought me an SUV. Mom smiled and said, my sister needed it more. Grandpa went silent. Then he did something no one expected. I'll never forget the look on my grandfather's face when I stepped out of that Uber. It was his 80th birthday party, and the whole family was gathered at his house. He was standing on the porch waiting for me, and his smile dropped into confusion the second he saw the rideshare sticker on the windshield. He walked down the steps slowly. Sweetheart, why are you arriving in an Uber? What happened to the SUV we bought you for your 24th birthday? I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. That was 6 months ago, and I'd been making excuses ever since. Telling him I preferred rideshares. Telling him parking was expensive. Anything except the truth. But before I could speak, my mom appeared behind him with a wine glass and a smile. Oh, that. Her sister needed it more. She had that baby, and the car seat wouldn't fit in her little sedan. It just made sense. She said it so casually, like she hadn't taken a $50,000 gift my grandparents saved for years to give me and handed it to my older sister Brooke without even asking. Grandpa turned to look at my mother. His face went completely blank. What did you just say? Mom kept smiling, but her eyes flickered. I said Brooke needed it more. She has the baby now. And honestly, Dad, the city has great public transportation. It's not like she really needed such an expensive car anyway. Grandpa didn't say anything. He just stood there looking at my mother like he was seeing her for the first time. Then he looked at me. Is this true? I nodded. I couldn't speak. 6 months of swallowing this hurt was stuck in my throat. He turned back to my mother. His voice was very quiet. Did you ask my granddaughter if she wanted to give up her birthday present? Mom waved her hand. She didn't need to ask. Family helps each other out. Besides, Brooke has more responsibilities now. She's a mother. Some of us have to think about more than just ourselves. She looked at me when she said that last part, like I was selfish for being upset. Grandpa nodded slowly. Then he walked past both of us into the house without another word. Mom rolled her eyes and whispered that I shouldn't have said anything, and now I'd ruined his birthday. The party continued for about an hour. Brooke arrived in my SUV with her husband and baby, parked right in the driveway like she owned the place. Didn't even look at me. Grandpa sat in his chair watching everyone but didn't say much. Then he stood up and asked for everyone's attention. The room went quiet. He thanked everyone for coming, said 80 years was a long time and he was grateful for his family. Then he said he had an announcement. I've been thinking about my estate, he said, about what happens when I'm gone. I was going to wait to discuss this, but something happened today that changed my mind. My mom smiled and elbowed my aunt. She probably assumed Grandpa was about to announce something benefiting Brooke, the golden grandchild, the one with the baby, but Grandpa looked directly at me. Sweetheart, can you come here? I walked over confused. He took my hand and turned to face the room. This house has been in our family for 62 years. I always planned to leave it divided equally among my grandchildren, but I've realized some people in this family don't understand fairness, so I'm changing my will. He paused. This house and everything in it will go solely to my granddaughter right here. She's the only one who's never asked me for anything. She's the only one who had something stolen from her and didn't complain for 6 months because she didn't want to cause problems. My mother's wine glass hit the floor. Grandpa looked at her. I gave $50,000 for that car. Saved for 3 years. And you just took it? Gave it away like it was yours? Mom started stuttering. Dad, I didn't think it was a big deal. Brooke really needed help. Grandpa shook his head. Brooke's husband makes 6 figures. They have a 4-bedroom house. They take vacations twice a year. She didn't need that car. She wanted it. And you gave it to her because you've always given her everything while this one gets nothing. He squeezed my hand. Not anymore. Brooke finally spoke. Grandpa, this isn't fair. I have a child. Your future great-grandchild deserves to grow up in this house. That's family legacy. Grandpa smiled coldly. You can buy your own legacy. I'm giving mine to someone who actually deserves it. The party ended quickly after that. Mom tried to corner Grandpa, but he said the discussion was over. Brooke cried in the driveway while her husband loaded the baby into my SUV. The next week, Grandpa called. He'd already talked to his lawyer. The will was updated. He also sent me $60,000, 50 for the car and 10 for 6 months of ride shares. I tried to refuse, but he insisted. Said the only thing I owed him was to stop letting people take from me without fighting back. Last month, Brooke's husband lost his job. They asked Grandpa for a loan. He told them to sell the SUV. They did. Mom called me crying, saying I'd torn the family apart by telling Grandpa about the car. I reminded her she was the one who told him. I never said a word. Some people really can't see themselves clearly. I'm just glad Grandpa finally saw all of us for who we really are.